Well, hello everybody, it's the 2nd of October 2010 and today's a bit of a special day because it's the first anniversary of the Everest challenge that I did last year, and some of you may have viewed my postings, those 50 postings, so I've been a bit reflective today because you know, well, what's the time now? Oh, 10 to 4. Well, about 5 o'clock, 5:30, I would have been boarding the taxi from the front, outside the main house here, to drive to Heathrow, and the rest, as they say, is history. But I thought it'd be nice just to sort of say it is the first anniversary, and to all my friends who came with me, those 11 others, 12 myself, who came on that wonderful life-changing experience, really, and I just like to wish you all the very best. So, if we need reminding, this is the famous photograph that I took, or had taken by Kamal, our guide, up on the base camp at Everest, and how lovely that was. On the we went between the 2nd and the 18th of October 2009. It's interesting how when time erodes or moves forward, how you start to reflect back. And I'm always a bit sad because if I think back of all the other challenges I've done in the over the time of the last 9.5 years, you know, as time moves on, they become somewhat in the distant past, but they're always with me in some ways. So there's some, I think it's part of, as you get older, you start thinking in these terms. And I'm always looking for the next fix, really, the next challenge in my life. And it's a bit like those 100 things to do before you die type of thing, of where I feel about it. So much so that I'd like to pay tribute to those that came with me and just run off their names, just so I don't forget. I'm going to read from the list. So I'd like to say a big hello and hi to Linda Coombes. Linda, hi there. And I know we've been talking on Facebook, but it's great to hear from you, and email as well. Gill Foord, hi Gill. I hope you're well, and the district nursing is going well for you, and that you'll be going back to Everest area sometime soon. Julie Foster, Julie, hope all's well with you, and great to hear from you on occasion. Lynn, good to see you, and good to hear that you're okay. Brian, now Brian and Joe have been to Kagari, I think you pronounce that, in the Himalayan region recently, and I hope all went well. I've seen your postings. In fact, Brian, I'm looking at some of your pictures on Facebook behind me. You can just about see that one. It looks absolutely marvellous, and it's really nice that you're still doing it, you know, so great, and my thoughts are with you. Kersi Palmer, and great to hear from you, and I've actually texted you today to say, look, I haven't forgotten you, so if you're watching, hi. Ewan Ross, Ewan, great to hear from you on occasion as well, one of the younger members of our group, and good to see that you're well with you, and you know, everything's happening there. And Gaynor, I haven't heard from Gaynor for a while, but Gaynor, hello there, and I hope all's going well with you and your wonderful charity. And Helen, great to see you on Facebook, and good to see that you're there, so great stuff. And John Wilson, who I haven't heard from a while, but John, great singing, great to hear from you as well. So a big hello to all my ex-trekkers there, and also Kamal, who was our leader, hi Kamal, and all the Sherpas that came. Without them, we wouldn't have made it, so it's great hi to them as well, so nice to hear from you. The music in the background is from Tibetan incantations, which was very popular at the time we were in the Tibetan region. I bought this in Kathmandu. We spent the afternoon in Kathmandu before we came back. I spent the morning with the Gurkha Welfare Society at their centre, because at that time last year I was in the process of supporting Gurkhas coming back from Nepal, because the government changed their mind about the 1997 Act and would allow them to come back prior to 97. In fact, we've been doing some very busy work in that area within the Royal British Legion, so that's been going well. But and particularly at the Royal British Legion Industries as well, at near Maidstone. So, but this particular tune always will remain with me, as it were, as along with all the other people there. So. And I've managed to, going through the bits and pieces, I actually found some money today. Look, here we go. The rupees, which will, of course, I couldn't change back once you get to this country. They were more of a souvenir. But got the mountain on this one. Look, there we go. Some of the bits there. So it's a bit of a hi to everybody. And would I do it again? Yes, I would. With the same people? Yes. I wouldn't have missed a bit of it. I wouldn't have missed the fact that, you know, that I lost 1.5 stone in weight, and but I didn't notice it, and that we had those very cold mornings and some very hard climbs there. But what a wonderful experience, and it will always be with me. You know, it's so in fact when I say to people, you know, I've climbed Everest, they sort of do a double take really to think that I've actually got. Does he really mean that? You know, so far there. This morning the weather's been a bit strange here. We've had sort of lovely sort of mist, and it's been about 17 degrees. And I went out for an early morning run. I've had a bit of problems with my knee. I have to say that I've had some wonderful treatment from the Summerfield Hospital in Maidstone in Kent here, and I've seen the surgeon there. He has said that I've actually got a torn meniscus, basically, which is cartilage, and that also there's some arthritic changes to the inner aspect of my tibia and fibula on the left leg. He did suggest that he have a look with his little scope, his arthroscopy, and see whether he can remove any bits. I'm afraid, with my clinical experience, I would definitely say don't touch it if it's not broken. And so, though the cartilage is torn, I'm going to look after it conservatively. So, I've been ramping up a bit of the stuff in the gym, but also I decided to go for a run this morning, and in fact it's been fine. I did my normal 5.5 miles, and I've been into town, but I did take the car this time rather than the cycle, just to give it a bit of a break, so look after things in that respect. So on that one. So the other thing I just wanted to mention is just a few parish notices. I'm going to turn my mugs down here. I've been to the local charity shop. Why shouldn't I, as I was in town? Right, okay, this one here, Family Favourites, on the Reader's Digest label, looks interesting, and with a song in their hearts. This is a compilation CD. There were several of these, and this one's got With a Song in My Heart, Lily Marlene, of course that's by my favourite Marlene Dietrich, and I've got her on several records, 3 of which are the same, I have to say, from the Café de Paris with Noel Coward doing the introduction. Stardust, Anniversary Song, Beneath the Lights of Home. Dinah Durbin is singing that one. So I'm looking forward to playing that one. That's that one. What else we got here? The Bilderbeck collection. This is not by him though. It's by, I've discovered it's by the Frank Corati and All Stars. Even Kenny Baker's on that one, so that should be an interesting play. What else we got? Moonlight Serenade. This is a compilation of 1940s and 30s hits. Obviously, Moonlight Serenade by Glenn Miller's on there. So, now this is an interesting. This is from the BBC Radio collection. This one. This is Faye Weldon and Beryl Bainbridge. 2 short stories. One of which is called Somewhere More Central, and the other one is called The Christmas List. So that's obviously spoken word. I'm looking forward to just playing that one. So I quite like spoken word. It makes a change. Now these are rather fun. You know I'm a great Frank Sinatra fan. This one's Frank Sinatra, Our Love Affair, 20 swinging standards with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. I'll probably find out, well I know for a fact, that a lot of these I've already got on a compilation by the Malcolm Laycock collection, and actually on LP, but you can never have too many of these. I like Frank Sinatra's early years. I think he's a fantastic singer. The other one that's I've been playing is this, what they call the rare Sinatra. And these tracks on here are actually ones that never have arrived on the albums, but were later released, more recently. Well, they say recently. Alan Dell is doing the compilation on this particular sleeve notes, the liner notes as we call them. This is August 1978 he wrote these. Alan Dell was a compare on BBC Radio 2, if you're interested in that. The one that I thought was interesting really was, now where are we? There's one on here that I thought actually was on the Swinging Lovers album, but didn't actually get there. Now which one was that? Where are we? Let's have a look. I'll have to find it now. Let's have a look here. No, I can't see it without looking, but there's one particular track on here, the Swinging Lovers album, which I've got and was released on an EP. It's a really lovely album, but the 16th track on here, one of these tracks, didn't actually get there. I might play that actually as a hosting for you. And Marilyn Monroe Portrait, there we go, Marilyn Monroe. Some of her albums on eBay go for an enormous amount of money. I Want to Be Loved by You, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, because they're all famous, and of course Happy Birthday to JF Kennedy. Now that's the famous bit, isn't it? So that was 1962 that was recorded, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And then I came across Humpeldink's Hansel and Gretel. This was in the Peggy Wood Foundation charity shop. In fact, all these cassettes were as well. I just popped in on there, couldn't resist that. Unfortunately, this is the second record of 2, and I haven't got part 1. But what attracted me to, apart from this wonderful picture here on the front, was that Elizabeth Schwarzenkoff is actually on this album, and a great singer was Elizabeth. And the very young Herbert von Karajan is on here as well. So this record dates probably, I would have thought, from the 50s. It's a cellophane and a flip back album in good condition. I haven't played it yet, but it looks good condition, so I'm looking forward to playing that. So now we're running up to 12 minutes, so I'm just going to mention something else that I'm very fond of, and that is one of the greatest films I think that James Horner, the music wrote James Horner, was for the film Titanic. And Titanic's been out over 10 years now. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet starred in that. There they are, they're from the album sleeve. They used special effects for this particular film for the very first time, and I've watched it a few times. I always enjoy watching it. There we go, there's the liner sleeves, there we go, you can see Leonardo there. The bit that always makes me laugh is when Jack, played by Leonardo, has to get the axe, or rather Kate has to get the axe and cut his handcuffs off because he's been handcuffed to a pipe, and I always like that bit, and it's, you know, it's always a case of get the axe, and the water is rolling in. I understand from reading about how they made the film, they used gallons and gallons of water, and poor old Kate and Leonardo got quite cold during the filming. But the old lady in the first section, which of course was played by Gloria Stewart. Now Gloria Stewart has just literally passed away, and she was 87, would you believe? She was one of the oldest nominated Oscar actresses to be nominated for an Oscar. So I'm very fond of that film, and I always love the bit where the ship goes down at the end, where they all have to hang on the rear rail as it sort of goes down, and of course, poor old Leonardo, he dies, doesn't he, at the end? So, but it's a great watch, and so I just thought I'd mention that in passing, and there we go. So there we are. I think the nicest tune on here is the 1/7, which is hard to starboard, which I may play you, because it really sums up the ship is about to hit the iceberg, but the music that James Horner puts over is really wonderful. And it's actually, this is original score from the film. I didn't actually buy this particular one, I actually got it from a charity shop. Anyway, must go, the time's running out. See you all very soon and take care.